students. In the previous video, we discussed some chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. In this video also, we'll continue with the chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones, and we'll discuss reduction reactions of aldehydes and ketones. The first is reduction to alcohols. Aldehydes and ketones can be converted to primary and secondary alcohols respectively by use of reduction reaction. Now let's see. Suppose this is my aldehyde. Now I can use any reducing agent. I can use hydrogen in the presence of nickel, platinum, palladium. I can use LiAlH4. I can use NaBH4. All these are reducing agents and they will provide hydrogen atom, and this bond will break. Only 2 hydrogen atoms are required here, and I will get this product. This is primary alcohol. So aldehydes change to primary alcohols. Now we'll take one example of ketone here. This is ketone. Now I can use any of the reducing agent. So what will happen? Now 1H here, 1H here. So I will get this product. Now this is my secondary alcohol. Now let's talk about aromatic aldehydes and ketones. Now the same reduction is there. So it is like this. 2 hydrogen atoms I require and I will get this product. Now this is primary alcohol only. This is benzyl alcohol. And 1H here and 1H here. This is secondary alcohol. So this is how aldehydes and ketones are reduced to primary and secondary alcohols. Now sometimes unsaturated aldehydes and ketones are present. Now how to preserve the double bond? Then what we use? Here, instead of using any other simple reducing agent, we'll use a hydroborane, which is known as 9BBN. It is a type of hydroborane. Borane it is a type of. Okay. So what it will do? It will preserve the double bond as it is and will change your aldehyde to alcohol. So if you use any other reducing agent, what will happen? The double bond also breaks. But here if I want to preserve the double bond, then I have to use this 9BBN. Reduction to hydrocarbons. Aldehydes and ketones can also be reduced to the corresponding hydrocarbons. Now in this category, the first reaction is Clemmensen reduction. Now suppose this is my aldehyde. Now I will change the reducing agent, and the reducing agent is zinc amalgam and HCl. Okay, this is the reducing agent for Clemmensen reduction. Now it will provide 4 hydrogen atoms. So 2H here and 2H here. What I will get? I will get CH3 plus water. You can see I am getting ethane. So aldehyde is changed to alkane. Suppose I am having ketone. The same reducing agent, 4 hydrogen atoms, 2H here and 2H here. So what I will get? Now it is 3 carbon atom, alkane, it is propane. And this type of reduction is known as Clemmensen reduction. Now the second type of reduction in this category is Wolff-Kishner reduction. In this also the aldehydes and ketones are changed to corresponding hydrocarbons. So suppose this is my aldehyde. Now here I will change the reducing agent. It is NH2NH2 in the presence of ethylene glycol and KOH. And this NH2NH2 is known as hydrazine. So my reducing agent is hydrazine, ethylene glycol and KOH. Now it will also provide 4 hydrogen atoms. So 2H here and 2H here. So I will get the product CH3 plus water. Suppose if I take ketone, the same number of hydrogen atoms, so 2H here and 2H here, and I will get propane. So this is how aldehydes and ketones are changed to corresponding hydrocarbons. Now one more reducing agent is there in this section, that is red phosphorus and HI. And if red phosphorus and HI are added to aldehyde or ketone, they will provide 4 hydrogen atoms, and what we'll get alkane as the product. Now coming to the next section, that is some miscellaneous reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Now in this we'll discuss the first reaction, that is aldol condensation. Now it is not a name reaction. Aldol means it is the combination of aldehyde plus alcohol. Okay, aldehyde plus alcohol means it is ald plus ol. Okay, so the product formed in this reaction, whatever product will get in this reaction by the combination of aldehyde and alcohol is known as aldol. So aldol is the name of the product obtained in this reaction. Now before starting with this reaction, first of all we'll discuss that which compounds or which aldehydes and ketones will give this reaction. It is given by those aldehydes and ketones which have alpha hydrogen atom. Okay, so aldol condensation is given by those aldehydes and ketones which have alpha hydrogen atom. Now, what is the meaning of alpha hydrogen atom? Alpha hydrogen atom means the hydrogen atom which is present on alpha carbon. And what is alpha carbon? The carbon atom which is present close to the functional group. Suppose I am having this aldehyde. Now this is my functional group, and close to this functional group, this carbon is known as alpha. So the hydrogen atoms present on this carbon, they are known as alpha hydrogen atom. So this compound will give aldol condensation. Suppose I am having the first aldehyde, that is formaldehyde. Now this is my functional group. Alpha carbon is also absent. Okay, so alpha hydrogen is also absent because this hydrogen will not be considered as alpha because it is not present on alpha carbon. We'll take one more example. This is my functional group. Now this carbon is alpha, it is having hydrogen, so it will give aldol condensation. Now moving to ketones. Now here 2 alpha carbons are there. This is also alpha, this is also alpha. Hydrogen atoms are there, so it will give aldol condensation. Now moving to the aromatic part. Now it is having, this carbon is alpha. So alpha carbon is there. But since it is benzene ring, so the valency of carbon is satisfied here. So alpha hydrogen is absent. So it will not give aldol condensation. Benzaldehyde will not give. It is having alpha carbon, but alpha hydrogen is absent. Likewise this compound, now it is having this carbon is alpha. It is having hydrogen atoms, so it will give aldol condensation. So not all aldehydes and ketones give this reaction. Only those give which have alpha hydrogen atom present. It occurs in the presence of dilute NaOH or KOH. So dilute base I require. Now we'll discuss some examples of aldol condensation, and first here we'll discuss self-aldol. Now self-aldol means the 2 molecules of aldehydes or ketones are same. So let's see. So first I am taking this aldehyde, ethanol, because I know it gives aldol condensation. So 2 molecules we have to take like this. The reaction occurs in the presence of dilute base, so OH minus. Now what happens? The 2 molecules will combine together. Now this is alpha carbon. It is having 3 hydrogen atoms. So one of the hydrogen atom will move to this oxygen. So I will get this product. CH3 will remain as it is. CH. Now it will become OH. It will become CH2, C double bond OH. Okay, now this product is having aldehyde plus alcohol, both the groups. That's why this product is known as aldol. Product aldol, if it is treated with acid, now what will happen? There will be elimination of water molecule. Now there will be beta elimination. Now this carbon is alpha and this carbon is beta. So how the elimination will occur? OH is removed from beta carbon and H is removed from alpha carbon like this. And we'll get an unsaturated aldehyde. So this is the final product of your aldol condensation. One more example we are taking. Let's take example of ketone. Suppose self-aldol of this propanol. Now in the presence of dilute base, now 2 alpha carbon are there. Any alpha carbon you can select. Now this hydrogen is shifted here. So it will be CH3COH. Now this CH3 will come down. Okay. And this carbon will be joined like this. Okay. Now what this compound is? This is not aldol. This is alpha beta. Now this compound is beta hydroxy ketone. And beta hydroxy ketone should be named as ketol. Okay, Ketol, ketol. But generally we use a common term aldol for aldehydes as well as ketones. So it is now again heated in the presence of acid. So beta elimination, OH from here and H from here. So we'll get this compound, unsaturated ketone. This is how your self-aldol occurs. We also have cross-aldol condensation. Now cross-aldol is given by those aldehydes and ketones which do not give self-aldol. Now what is the meaning of cross-aldol? Two different aldehydes you can take, two different ketones you can take, one aldehyde, one ketone you can take. Also you can take one compound which gives aldol condensation and another compound which does not give. So we'll take the examples one by one. Suppose I am taking, this is aldehyde, 2 carbon aldehyde, and this is 3 carbon aldehyde. Cross aldol of two different aldehydes. Now this is OH minus. Now what will happen? This alpha hydrogen will be shifted here. So it will be CH3CHOH. Now CH, this carbon will become, now this CH3 will be in the branch. Always remember, this carbon and this carbon will be joined together. This is beta hydroxyaldehyde. Now it is heated in the presence of H+. There will be elimination of water molecule like this. Now OH from here and H from here like this. So what we'll get? We'll get this product. Double bond C, CH3, C double bond OH. Now this is my first product of cross-aldol. Okay, in self-aldol we always get one compound only, one product only, because both the compounds are same. Here the two compounds are different. So first I have taken alpha hydrogen of this propanol. Now I will reverse like this. Now I will select alpha hydrogen of ethanol. So whenever you are performing cross-aldol between two different aldehydes, okay, one by one you have to take the alpha hydrogen of both the aldehydes. So you will get two different products. So this hydrogen will come here. Now it will be CH, OH, CH2, C double bond OH. Now heat, H plus, OH from here and H from here. So it will be like this. So we are getting two different compounds as the products. Likewise, you can also try by yourself. Now conduct a cross-aldol between one aldehyde and one ketone. Okay, suppose if this is the question given to you, now you can also solve this question. So first, this is the first possibility. So you will write the first product here. Okay, now what I will do, I will interchange them. So depending upon the number of alpha carbon atoms or alpha hydrogen atoms, we get different products. So this is my second product. Since there are two different alpha carbons here, one alpha carbon this and one alpha carbon this, I am getting two products. Suppose if I select any two aldehydes or any two ketones such that they have more than two alpha carbon or alpha hydrogen atoms, so I will get more than two products. Now an important application of this aldol condensation is that the compounds which do not give self-aldol. For example, I know this does not give self-aldol, but it can give cross-aldol. So what I will do, I will choose another aldehyde such that it is having alpha hydrogen atom. Okay, so this hydrogen will come here. So it is like this now. So this will be my product. And in this case, I will get only one product because it is not having alpha hydrogen atom. So reverse thing cannot happen. So this is all about your aldol condensation. Now try to solve one question. This has been asked in the board examination also. Complete it. Okay, now this is cross aldol. This is your benzaldehyde and this is your ethanol. So this is cross aldol and you will get only single product. So try to get the answer. Now moving on to the next type of special reaction, that is the Cannizzaro reaction. Now Cannizzaro reaction is given by those aldehydes which do not have alpha hydrogen atom, means which do not give aldol condensation. Now I know there are two aldehydes. Commonly there are two aldehydes which do not give self-aldol or aldol condensation, and they are, one is your formaldehyde and second is your benzaldehyde. So since these two compounds do not give aldol condensation, they will be giving Cannizzaro reaction. And this Cannizzaro reaction occurs in the presence of concentrated alkali. Okay, this is the difference between aldol and Cannizzaro. So both the examples I am taking here. So I am taking the example of formaldehyde also. I am taking the example of benzaldehyde also. The reaction is taking place in the presence of concentrated KOH and concentrated NaOH. So what will happen? In Cannizzaro reaction, there is self-oxidation and self-reduction. So one molecule is oxidized. Now if aldehyde is oxidized, definitely it will change to acid. And one molecule is reduced. And if aldehyde is reduced, I will get alcohol. But what happens? And now this formaldehyde is oxidized to acid. So I will get this formic acid. Now this is acid, this is base. So salt will be formed. So instead of acid, I will get the potassium salt of acid. Now reduction is there. So when aldehyde is reduced, I will get alcohol. So one carbon alcohol is methanol. Similarly here, so one compound is oxidized. Now if it is oxidized, I must get acid, that is C6H5COOH, but it will combine with base to form the sodium salt plus C6H5CH2OH. Alcohol I will get. So this is about Cannizzaro reaction. Only two examples are there in the Cannizzaro reaction. We have cross Cannizzaro also, but that is beyond our syllabus. Now the third special reaction of aldehydes and ketones is with Schiff's reagent. Now what is Schiff's reagent? First we'll see this. This is aqueous solution of rosanilin hydrochloride decolorized by passing SO2 gas. Now this is Schiff's reagent, and Schiff's reagent should be colorless. If a fresh sample of Schiff's reagent is there, it should be colorless. But what happens over a period of time? Okay, if you are using the bottle again and again, if you are opening the bottle again and again, whatever SO2 gas is there in the bottle, that escapes out and it becomes pink colored. So if Schiff's reagent is pink colored, it's of no use. And one most important thing is, this reaction or this test is given only by aldehydes. So this is the characteristic test for aldehyde. So what is there in the Schiff's test? This is famous as Schiff's test. So I will take aldehyde. Now aldehyde is colorless, plus I will add few drops of Schiff's reagent. Now what will happen? Pink color will appear. So if pink color appears, the given compound is aldehyde. Ketones do not give, or ketones do not respond to Schiff's reagent. And Schiff's reagent should be colorless. Otherwise what will happen? If it is already pink color, then it can give the test with water also. So it should be colorless. Now the last important reaction, or the special reaction of aldehydes and ketones, is due to benzene ring. Now aldehydes and ketones, aromatic aldehydes and ketones are meta-directors. Okay, because they show minus R effect. So if I make the resonating structure, you can see the direction of arrow will be upwards, that is towards the functional group. They are deactivating groups. They withdraw the electrons from the benzene ring. So here it will be positive. Now if you make the next structure, so it will be like this now. Here it will be positive. Now CO minus and H. Likewise you can draw the next structure. So next structure would be like this. Now this will come here. So here positive will come. So we can see that since at the ortho and para positions positive charge appears, it means the incoming electrophile can attack only at meta position. So they are meta directors. So the first reaction is halogenation, means they are deactivating groups. Okay, so suppose this is my benzaldehyde. I am taking the example of benzaldehyde, that is aromatic aldehyde. You can take the example of aromatic ketone also. So in the presence of chlorine, I have to take Lewis acid, that is anhydrous AlCl3 or anhydrous FeBr3. So what will happen? I will get only single product, that is metachlorobenzaldehyde. Likewise, the second example I have taken nitration. It occurs in the presence of concentrated HNO3 and H2SO4. Okay, so you will get meta-nitro. Now this time I have taken the example of this aromatic ketone, that is acetophenone. Okay, so meta-nitro-acetophenone. And sulfonation occurs in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, and you will get this sulfonic group at the meta position. So this was all about the chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. From examination point of view, this topic aldehydes and ketones is very important, because so many name reactions are there, so many important conversions are there, so many miscellaneous reactions are there. Thank you.